Well, in this renewal of the men's lightweight fours, world champions Denmark faced last year's silver and bronze medalists. And these 6 crews covered by literally no more than 3 or 4 in qualifying for the final. So although Denmark are the favourites, it's by no means a done deal.
Well, Denmark qualified fastest, and their record really is second to none here. They were champions last year. They were 3rd in 2000 at the Olympics when they suffered injury and had to replace one of their men. They were 2nd in 2001, but look at their record before that. They were gold medalists in 94, 96, 97, 98, 99. I mean, the Danes have been great Danes, and here they are again out in front.
Yes, they've already nudged their blue and white boat just ahead, 3 from the bottom of your picture, just ahead of the Italians, who are giving them chase, and then on their far side there, the Dutch and the Irish.
They're at 42. They're still at 42 here. They haven't settled. What they like to do, and this is what they do in training, whenever they go out on the water, they go as hard as they can. They train hard right through the winter. Most people work at lower rates. They like to look for keeping the lactate at bay there, just building up their endurance. These guys like to get out there and pummel the water. And here they are still at 42, going through the first 500 meters at 40 strokes a minute. I mean, that is extraordinary. And what it's doing is paying off. And they've got the endurance, they've got the conditioning to maintain that pressure thereafter. They don't fade.
They may have the strength and the conditioning, but they've also got the technique.
They row well, but the real difference here is how powerful they are, how strong they are. But look, you don't see their boat checking. The boat is just running and running and running. They're so accurate the way they row. They have found the formula that will take them to get that gold medal that they were robbed of, if you like, 3 years ago in Sydney.
Yes, it was the case of Poulsen's knee.
It was indeed. Ireland doing well on the far side. Ireland well in the hunt there, and closer to us, Italy in lane 5.
So the Danes with just about half a length advantage over the Italians on the near side. And there they are, Christensen, Ebert, Movig and Eberson in the stroke seat. And boy, is he a tough man. He's really great to talk to, but when he gets out on the water, he is tough to beat.
Absolutely. But Italy doing well here, sitting there, lane 5, just tucked up there, overlapping, about 2/3 of a length down on Denmark.
Yeah, and Bruno Mascarenhas, well, we've just switched to the Danes, but in Bruno Mascarenhas, the Italians have found a really promising stroke. He's only 22 years of age. He was actually born in Portugal, but he was an under-23 gold medalist in the lightweight men's double sculls, and he's really progressing. Last year, runner-up, of course, with his crew in this very category. So the Italians with good pedigree here, but they've got 3/4 of a length to find in the second half of the race. Ireland doing particularly well.
Ireland doing very well. I mean, they're in the centre of the field there, which means they did qualify well in the semi-final. So to be sitting there in the middle of this field, that's a pretty good effort for Ireland. And they are pushing up there. They're holding 3rd place at the moment.
But worth emphasising, as you see Denmark really take command, that all of these crews are competing on absolutely equal terms.
Absolutely, and you take away the differences in power and ability. Here it is really about boat moving. But look at Holland, top of the picture there, the Netherlands, number 2 in lane 2, just beginning to move back into the field here, doing a very good job at the top of the picture, and just creeping up on the crew in lane 5, Italy. They've gone through the Irish. Ireland slipped back now to 4th as the Netherlands start to push up here alongside Italy into 2nd place.
Well, the Dutch are so versatile, aren't they? They can scull or they can row. It doesn't really matter. They seem to have the ability to move their crews around.
Well, they were 13th last year, so this is a massive improvement for them to be now contesting silver medal place. The only change to that crew from last year is Gerard van der Linden, who's come in the bow seat.
Yeah, he's coming for Jeroen Spans, but it is Denmark still, but they are beginning to close a little bit. The Dutch certainly leading that charge, and I just wonder whether the Danes are going to feel the heat in a moment or two now, whether they can hold off the finishing power of the Dutch and also the Italians, who've got about a length to make, the pair of them.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the Danes went out fast, but the key thing about them is that they, as I said, they are conditioned really to stay high, stay strong, and they don't fade. They don't fade, they don't lose unless there's something really wrong with their boat. But here, Holland certainly putting them under pressure. Holland have come really well in the last 600 metres, 700 metres. They've moved now clearly into second place, past Italy, and they are putting pressure now on Denmark.
Again, very extraordinary, Dan. The Danes were really slow in the second 500. They dropped to something like 3.5 seconds off the pace, and then put in a really good 1:34.62, the fastest moving boat in the third quarter. I just wonder if they managed to stay closer, whether they would have a real chance of one day achieving their goal to win this particular boat class.
Well, they're moving here, but still Italy have not given up the race. They are certainly making sure that they are in contention there for the silver, and if anything, they have pushed back into second place. Italy, number 5, lane 5, they've pushed back now, and they have just about got 3 feet on the Netherlands. Netherlands coming again now. Netherlands have responded. No one's going to catch the Danes. The Danes are out in front, but the Netherlands are trying to come back.
And also on the very far side there, I doubt they're going to quite get there, Dan, but the Germans are putting in their best work right across the other side of the regatta course in lane number 1, and they are finishing fast, but Denmark retain their title. Holland are second. Oh, it's very close there, but Italy just hold off Germany for that bronze medal.
Terrific technique does mean that they are pretty hard to beat.
And it is a second lightweight victory for them at the regatta.
Absolutely, because their pair will... However good they were, the pair will not be able to get into that 4, so they should really try and concentrate on going double sculling, I think.
Well, of the 10 Olympic finals so far, the Danes only the 4th to successfully defend their title.